And welcome back to a beautiful evening here in New Market, Virginia. You might be noticing I am not the normal play-by-play announcer on the call right now. That is because it is intern night here at New Market. So you PA guys, Andrew, and everyone else on the field is about ready to throw out the first pitch for tonight's game.
A lot of work behind the scenes.
As we get the baseballs out here to him at this moment.
To recognize 5 injuries that we had this season. Yes, Kieran Comey from Matt Vanilla, FAMU, John Kelly from Stonewall Jackson, Jack Probert from Tech, Brandon Whitaker from Radford. Hey guys, whenever you're ready, let it rip.
Going from right to left here, we've got Matt, Jack, Aaron, Brandon, and John. Here are your 2026 New Market Rebel interns.
Now back to work, guys.
I'm not going to give out any of the starting lineup, as that will be Jack. Don't know that. As you can see, real quick, Cody McKay is on the mound to start tonight.
Umpire for the matter, Tim Detweiler, Robert Root, and out.
Hello and welcome to beautiful New Market, Virginia. A bit of a stunted start here as Ethan Acevedo is in the box, ready to do battle with Rebel first baseman / pitcher Carter McKay. Interns were on the field for the first pitch tonight, which is why we're very late hopping in with you. I was out there introducing them as well. So we'll get you the starting lineups in between innings here as we go. That one's flied out to left. Pitts is back on it and has it. Going to be a bit of a different Rebel lineup for you tonight if you've been tuning in all season. Believe that all 9 position players that are still in town are in the starting lineup tonight.
Andrew, definitely kind of jumble it all together and just see what happens. You know, you're pretty much already in the playoffs.
Fouled back by Vincenzo Cusat. Both teams have locked up playoff spots. Will be in action starting on Tuesday night for the Valley League playoffs. Means 2 more or less meaningless games for the Rebels outside of the entertainment factor. Already expecting tomorrow night to be a bit of a home run derby at Strasburg.
And Andrew, this really reminds me of NFL teams that have already clinched the playoffs late in the season. They want to rest their starters. They kind of throw out the backup, see if they can conjure up a win. Kind of like that here in Newmarket.
Knuckleball from McKay popped up, shallow left, Mallow out, Pitts in, Mallow in fairly deep left field for a shortstop, reels it in. Believe McKay goes fastball, slider, knuckleball, and the fastball is actually touching 90 miles an hour. He is a position player, but he's got some game on the mound.
Certainly got some velo. Nice fastball there.
We'll see how long Coach Shepard lets him stay out there in this one. I'm going to guess that it will be whatever gives him 1 day of rest where he can come back on Tuesday night, or 2 days of rest on Tuesday night. 1 day of rest. Today is Sunday. Getting my days mixed up there. Fastball just misses. Rebels' opponent on Tuesday is still to be determined. Depending on the results of these two games, can change seeding. Liner up the middle for a single. Turner will reach with 2 outs. The only thing we know for sure is the standings. Rebels are in, and they cannot be the 1 seed.
Just to piggyback off of that, Purcellville Cannons this season 18-17, and Newmarket a perfect 500 at 17-17.
Lined, just foul down the first base line. The Rebels win tonight, and Strasburg loses tonight. The game tomorrow could put the Rebels into second place. Looked like a knuckleball that stayed outside, 1-1. Final regular season home game in Newmarket. We'll have to get Jack's thoughts on his first season with the Rebels as the night goes on. I'll give him some time to think about it. Runner going. Pitch is a called strike. No throw from Mario Lopez behind the plate.
A little bit of delay there from Turner as he waits for that pitch to land. He slithers over to second like a snake.
Lined over Torres at second into right field. Throw from Murphy takes a slow hop, or might have had a chance. It was right on line. It'll be an RBI single for Seth Williams driving in Mike Turner from second base. I describe that as a knuckling line drive.
And just another unfortunate placement on that ball coming in from the throw from Murphy there. Just a bad bounce. Feels like if it would have rolled a little bit faster, it would have been into the glove of Lopez Jr. in time. He maybe would have been able to get a tag down, maybe tag him out.
Pitch misses, just out, ball 1. Check on the runner at first, nothing doing. Swing and a miss, nice pitch from McKay.
Yeah, that's a dirty pitch from the designated hitter slash pitcher tonight.
Like he went slider and missed up and in, 3-1. Fastball misses upstairs, ball 4. 2 men on with 2 out for the Cannons. Called strike. Nice fastball from McKay. Weekly hit ground ball to second. Nobody covering first base for the Rebels. Martin and Torres both tried to play the ball. An infield single for Hafer. Andrew Bell going to get a chance with the bases loaded. Cannons could blow things wide open in the first.
And Andrew, that's just a really rough turn of events there for Newmarket.
Chop foul.
It's one of those plays that just can't happen in postseason ball. Something like that happens, and you lose all your momentum. You lose track of a game. Bad things happen when you make bad errors.
Definitely a case where Martin playing in a position he's not super used to playing. A little bit of shuffling around for the Rebels. Most people in a fairly natural home, but just in 1 and 2. Probably the true first baseman on the roster is McKay, the pitcher. So when he's on the mound, you might give up a little bit on defense at first. Popped up down the line, should be playable in foul territory. Dropped in foul territory. Could not see whether that was shortstop or third base. Call it a foul ball for now.
Yeah, really no chance for me on the left of you, Andrew, to see that pop up, but I had a P written in my scorebook because I was so confident that that would have been caught, but apparently not, as it was dropped.
Another one popped up, this time down the right field line. Martin chasing at the fence, out of play. Full count now. Runners going. Pitch is a ball. So the dropped foul down the third baseline ends up hurting the Rebels. Again, out of our view, could not see the play. popped up down the third base line again. I think this one's going to be out of play. Oh and 1 on Hilton. Fastball just misses. Another fastball, this time fouled off. 1 and 2. Okay, 1 strike away from getting out of the inning.
Yeah, let's see if that quick little conference will help McKay as he faces down Hilton, relatively new face in Purcellville.
Called strike 3, nice backdoor breaking ball. Hilton goes down looking. 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, 3 runners left on base. Zach Banks will lead it off for the Rebels. I was about to say on the other side of this break, but I think we'll give you the starting lineups. And instead of taking a break there, you already saw a lot of Purcellvilles, but Jack, do you want to go ahead and give us the lineup for the Cannons?
Of course, Andrew. Here's the starting lineup for the Cannons of Purcellville. We saw every single batter in the order hit that inning except one, that being Grant Giluli. We'll get to him in a second. But leading off for the Cannons is Ethan Acevedo, the center fielder, number 8. He's followed by Vincenzo Kuzak, first baseman, number 6. Keith Turner, the right fielder, bats in the 3-hole wearing number 9. Batting cleanup for the Cannons is Seth Williams, the left fielder, number 24. Eric Martinez follows him. He's at short wearing number 5. Number 41, Michael Hafer, follows him, the designated hitter. Andrew Bell, the second baseman, number 13, follows Hafer. And 46, Graham Hilton, the catcher, is batting in the 7th spot. And in the 8th spot, it's Grant Giluli, a third baseman, number 14.
Starting lineup for the Rebels tonight, leading off the center fielder, number 9, Zach Banks. Batting second, playing shortstop, number 2, Jonathan Mallow. Batting third, the designated hitter and pitcher, Carter McKay. Batting fourth, the catcher, Mario Lopez Jr. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Maddox Land. Batting sixth, playing right field, number 28, Matt Murphy. Batting 7th, playing second base, number 6, Eric Torres. Batting 8th, playing left field tonight, Jack Pitts. And batting 9th, playing first base, number 4, Tyler Martin. As we mentioned, McKay getting double duty, DH and pitcher tonight.
And on the bump for the Cannons is Walker Clout from Messiah University. 6'1" righty from St. John's, Florida.
Leading off for the Rebels, from Embry-Riddle University, fielder number 9, Zach Banks.
Walker Clout on the mound. First pitch is a ball. Second pitch fouled off, was checking on Walker Clout. Right-handed pitcher. 14 appearances, 18 innings pitched. Just kind of wondering if we would see position player on the mound for the Cannons or a pitcher. Grounder up the middle. On the backhand, Bell throw across in time, 4-3.
And what a play there from Bell, Andrew. That's a deceptively difficult baseball play to make. You go backhand, switch your foot, and you deliver it right to the first baseman in time. Good play by Bell there. Wouldn't be surprised if he posts that on his social media.
If I was him, I would. Mallow swinging at the first pitch, fouled away. Good crowd tonight on both sides. About half full on the Purcellville side and close to capacity in the home stands. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Left field lounge, few people out there.
Andrew, a beautiful evening for baseball. Picturesque background.
Slightly obscured by the kind of haze from the Canadian wildfires, I guess, which did result in some canceled games earlier this week or postponed games. This game actually was postponed to tonight thanks to unsafe air quality on Friday.
Designated hitter and pitcher from Seminole State College, number 43, Mark McKay.
Carter McKay, the pitcher at the plate, takes the first pitch for a ball. Hard grounder foul down the first baseline. McKay already 2 home runs in his short time in Newmarket.
Certainly an explosive bat, Andrew.
Couple other extra base hits. So wing and a miss. 1 and 2. Fastball by him. Walker Kyle works a 1-2-3 first for the Cannons. Grant Galuli will lead it off for Purcellville on the other side of this quick break. Here's Grant Galuli leading it off. Carter McKay back on the mound for the Rebels. Grounder foul. Gotta love seeing somebody out there keeping the knuckleball alive. Ooh, I think that was the knuckler, just missed. Hard pitch to throw consistently for a strike, but McKay keeps it around the strike zone. Big swing and a miss.
Andrew, that swing was so big, the helmet came off of Galuli. And the knuckleball is such a hard ball to hit.
That one's flared into right. It's going to hang up for Murphy. Kind of slicing towards the line, but he's got it for the first out. think the fielders are going to be dealing with some funky spin off of knuckleballs that are put in play.
Center fielder.
Goes back to the knuckler and misses outside. As always, we'd love to hear from you in the YouTube chat. Ooh, nice fastball, called a ball. Let us know who you're pulling for, whether that's a player, a team, the game of baseball, whatever it might be. Another close one called ball 3, 3-0. Interesting to see who the second man up for the Rebels is tonight. Ball 4, 4-pitch walk to Ethan Acevedo, getting his second at bat already.
First baseman.
QSAT next man up. That one misses high, ball 1.
QSAT's been a solid hitter for the Cans, 337 average.
Pickoff attempt at first gets away. Throw was upstairs. It'll be a error on McKay, allowing Acevedo to advance to second.
And Andrew, that really rare error where the pitcher throws to the first baseman, it's over his head. That's a really rare occurrence, and it's happened multiple times here in Newmarket.
Liner past the leaping Martin into right field. It's going to be an RBI single as QSAT holds up at first. Turner is the next man.
Fielder number 9. Turner.
For the Cannons. Back pick, they got him in trouble at first base. Run down, back to first. Martin tags a hard sliding QSAT out. It would be 2 to 3 to 4 to 3 to retire QSAT, and 2 men out, nobody on for the Cannons.
And that's how you make it up there if you're Newmarket. How about that? Great job by Lopez to catch QSAT lacking over at first, not ready.
That one's roped down the third baseline. Foul. Didn't get an indication from the umpire, but everybody stopped moving, so safe to assume it's a foul ball. Swing and a miss. Okay, had him fooled on that one.
That's just a great pitch.
Popped up on the infield. Torres is under it. And he's got it for third out of the inning. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 Newmarket errors, no runner left on base.
Cover the top of the-
Mario Lopez Jr.
One hit.
leads it off for the Rebels in the bottom of the second. First pitch to Mario Lopez Jr. Misses outside. Walker Clout still on the mound for the Cannons. Also misses low. Gotta imagine Clout's going to be on a pitch count. Cannons will most likely want him available on Tuesday night. Hit into deep center. Acevedo back. And that ball is out of here. Fooled me off the bat. Mario Lopez Jr. goes big fly to right center field. Oppo Boppo.
Home run hero. It's dinner. Compliment of Southern Kitchen Restaurant in New Market. Your winner right there, Mario Lopez Jr.
That home run has earned Mario Lopez Jr. a free chicken dinner, courtesy of Southern Kitchen in downtown New Market. Some of the best fried chicken you'll ever eat. Boy, that one really fooled me off the bat.
Andrew, it fooled me too. It had great sound to it, solid crack of the bat, but I was fooled the entire time. I thought that it was going to fall a little bit short. The launch angle looked a little bit high on it, but the power behind the bat sends it over the fence.
Maddox Land, next man up, batting left-handed against the righty Clout. Land is a switch hitter. Player down the left field line, going to get it out of play, 0-2. The sole remaining switch hitter in the Rebels lineup. Soft ground ball to third, fielded, throw across. In time to beat the speedy Land by a step.
Of the right fielder from Golden Beacon College. Number 28.
Matt Murphy, Goldie Beacom, playing right field tonight. Also plays some first base, some left field. Tries to bunt, pulls it just foul. And probably has gotten most of his at-bats at designated hitter.
Yeah, I've been mainly in that DH role. Tonight's in right field.
Oh, 1 misses just inside, 1-1. Down low, Murphy's ahead in the count. Punch down the right field line, might be trouble. Oh, nice sliding grab by Turner. I didn't think he was going to get there. Actually ended up in foul territory. Put a star beside that one in your scorebook.
Yeah, solid job by Turner there. Takes off on his horse, slides down to grab it. Great play by the right fielder.
Brings up Eric Torres playing second base tonight. He's also been getting some starts in left field.
Dean Torres all around the infield, a little bit in the outfield, but he's been a solid player nevertheless for the Newmarket Rebels this season.
Swing and a miss, 1-1. Jack Pitts waiting on deck. Ground ball to third, fielded cleanly. The throw across in time. 1 run on the long Mario Lopez Jr. home run. After 2, it's Rebels 3, Cannons 1. Third inning action on the other side of this break. Carter McKay back on the mound. This is just outside. Getting a little bit more action than I might have thought. Coach Shepard must be confident they won't need him the first round of the playoffs on Tuesday night. Okay, quickly behind 3-0. Four-pitch walk. Leadoff man on for the Cannons.
Shortstop.
First pitch called strike. Talking during the break. Still lots of scenarios in play for the postseason and who might play who. Notably, Winchester up 6-1 on Strasburg. Deep fly ball to left center. Pitts is called off by Banks, who's got it. F8 for Eric Martinez. Michael Hafer next up. So should the Rebels win and the Winchester Royals win, tomorrow's game between the Rebels and Express would be for the 2 seed and home field advantage in the first round. Perhaps a bit of a game of chicken of who will use up the most pitching to try to win that 2 seed.
And at the end of the day, Andrew, both teams are in the playoffs. You're clinched, you're in. At the end of the day, it just depends on who you're playing. Could be some, tactical thought process behind that of who would you rather play against, who have you been seeing who've been doing well against during the season.
And how much value do you put on home field advantage in a 3-game series? 2 out of 3 at home. Home, away, home is the runner going. Big lead. Good throw. Not quite in time. Called strike 3 at the plate. Stolen base for Williams, so 2 out runner on second.
And Andrew, statistically, it doesn't really matter where Newmarket plays. They are 9-8 at home and 8-9 away, so really close to 500 in both scenarios. So you'd probably want to be playing against your home crowd at Rebel Park.
Check swing. No swing. Actually, foul tip at the plate, 0-1. In the dirt. Nice job behind the plate to block that one up. Ripped down the left field line. Pitch chasing it deep in the corner. Foul territory, just misses it. Had to stand up to get that one into view. It was about 4 feet left of the foul pole. Pitts had room to make a play, but running up against the fence could not secure it. Would have been a highlight reel play. Pitts has primarily been a catcher for the Rebels. Did a nice job getting over to the fence, but couldn't reel that one in.
And yikes, Andrew, that was almost trouble for the Rebels. Just a tad later on that, it would have been out of here.
Two and two. Popped up. It's going to be just to our right. Almost onto the VIP deck.
That got the attention of our scoring intern, Matt, who stood up in his seat thinking it was going to bounce off the pavement and into the media booth.
Outside, ball 3. Full count, 2 outs. Seth Williams, the runner at second for the Cannons. Stealing, and the pitch is fouled. Like there is some action in the Rebel bullpen getting started. Popped up, foul territory, out of play. Land looked like he thought he might have a chance at first, but carries well over the Rebel dugout. Colby Jarman throwing in the pen for the Rebels. Left-handed pitcher out of UNCW. Lined into left. It's down in front of Pitts and takes a skip off of his glove. Play at second. No play there. Ball gets past Torres. Single and an RBI for Bell. He advances to second on the misplay. E7. RBI for Bell. Fourth run for the Cannons. They're up 4-1. 1-1 to Hilton, fouled back. Ooh, that one like grinded off the top of the net. Skateboard style, and then continues on its way.
Yeah, that one clipped the wires there. Might have some scoreboard issues.
Runner going. Throw from his knees. What a throw. Just missed him at third.
Yeah, and Maddox Land really frustrated with himself on that one. Great throw from Lopez Jr. He's having a heck of a game.
Looked like Land's momentum was maybe carrying him towards the Rebel dugout, and he couldn't quite put the brakes on to get the tag down. Another foul.
Yeah, slipped and fell on that one and missed the tag. Looked like when he was kind of swinging his glove over to third, kind of missed it.
That one misses. Line drive into right. Murphy chasing. He's got it. Thought that one might be trouble. But Murphy flags it down in the corner. One run on, one hit, one error, one runner left. Jack Pitt's going to get his first chance in just a moment. Jack Pitts, University of Memphis catcher, outfielder, playing outfield tonight. First pitch to him is a ball. Mario Lopez Jr. putting in work, hit a home run last inning, caught the top of the third, and now he's out in the bullpen warming up a new pitcher. Called strike. Clout still out there for the Cannons. Grounder to third. Misplayed on the backhand. Might still have time. He does. Galuli bobbled it initially, but was able to recover in times to throw out Pitts.
Andrew, what a solid play there by Galuli. Obviously, he fumbles the baseball there, but he stays calm, palms it, sends it over to first in time. Another great play there. He's had a busy day. Last inning, he had 2 plays over to first, 2 5-3 plays, both turned in time.
Brief pause as ball was behind home plate, still in play. Tyler Martin at the plate. Behind in the count 0-1. Foul ball. Martin struggled to put the ball in play in intermittent playing time, but he's going to be in the lineup from here on out, so hopefully that'll help build some confidence. Called strike 3.
Maybe a little bit of a jinx there.
I got a story for you, Jack.
Let's hear it.
We all know Martin struggled a bit offensively, but it only takes one. And my sophomore year of high school, I was playing JV baseball. Banks at the plate, takes the first pitch for a ball. Last game of the season, we were a decent team, probably around 500, playing an undefeated team from Page County, the other side of that mountain that you all can see on some of our screens.
Drove past that field.
That would be on the way to Richmond if you take the back way. Anyway, their JV team undefeated, last game of the season, near the end of the season. Close game, bottom of the 7th. Our weakest hitter, who hadn't had a hit the entire season, comes to the plate. Wouldn't you know, that was the one time he got a hit and walked off the undefeated team from Page County. Outstanding defender, but just was not the greatest hitter, but he got the hit when it mattered the most. So you never know. I don't know. I have a feeling Tyler Martin might come through big in the playoffs.
Might turn around, and how can you not be romantic about baseball? It's such a great sport in those ways. Every single at-bat's a new opportunity.
Banks takes called strike 3 on the outside corner. Clout been pretty effective on the mound for the Cannons outside of the solo home run. We'll take a quick break and be back for the 4th inning.
Coming about the 3rd.
Grant Galuli leads it off for the Cannons. Colby Jarman is the new pitcher for the Rebels. Fire strike one. Expect Jarman will definitely be on a restricted pitch count here. Line drive into left, leadoff single for Galuli. $72 viewers and no comments. Giving an F to the viewers on the chat participation tonight.
Yeah, come on, guys.
That's okay, though. You enjoy the game. You want to enjoy the game. Ethan Acevedo getting his third plate appearance in the fourth inning with nobody out. Usually a good sign for your team if that happens. Lefty, lefty. Shows bunt. Foul in the box.
Yeah, Andrew, those lefty-lefty matchups are sometimes really challenging for hitters because you can't really see the grip or the style of the pitch coming out of the gates. I was a lefty pitcher for a little while and a lefty hitter, so I kind of took advantage, and then when I was facing a lefty pitcher, it wasn't the easiest time for me.
Pitch misses low. Jarman also comes out of a little bit lower arm slot. Kind of a deceptive delivery, I would say.
And that just adds to it. You're correct, Andrew. Take a look at Lopez Jr. down for the Rebels. He's ready to go, ready to fire it back over to first after he successfully took care of Kuzat.
Bunted to third, fielded by Land, running throw in time. Minor collision at first base, but everybody's good over there. Sacrifice bunt for Acevedo. Nice play by Land. Playing out of position at third base. Sacrifice as well for Acevedo. And it turns out if you poke the chat, they do respond.
Oh, really?
Got some comments. They're mission accomplished. Glad you're not all sleeping out there. One out, runner on second. Fire to strike. Vincenzo Cusat at the plate for the Cannons. Another lefty-lefty matchup. That one just low.
Kuzat had that solid hit to right field earlier this game. Top of the second.
Ball outside, 2-1. Fastball misses just low. Like to point out when we have Valley League celebrities in attendance, and tonight we have Mike Bocock, Valley League Hall of Fame coach. Has had many, many stops in the Valley League and many, many Valley League championships.
Also have Commissioner Rick Furr in attendance.
It's where the VIPs hang out, apparently. Just misses for ball one. Coach Bocock has coached for Newmarket in the past. Now defunct Leroy Wranglers, Covington Lumberjacks, Waynesboro Generals, Woodstock River Bandits. Popped foul. out of play. I might have missed a stop somewhere along the line, but won championships at most of those stops. Coached a lot of big leaguers. Daniel Murphy, Yonder Alonso. One to Turner. Ripped into left, chases Pitts back, over his head, up against the wall. Be an RBI double. Galuli scores. Cusat advances to third. Turner is on second. Hard hit ball. Thought Pitts had a chance at it. This is low for ball one to Williams. Brief pause. Something got onto the field in left field. Get the
Andrew,
feeling.
Sorry about that.
Go ahead, Jack.
Andrew, what a game for Turner already, the right fielder for the Cannons. He had that really nice play where he ran to snag that foul ball just past the first base line. Had a nice solid shot. Two solid shots, actually, into the outfield. Nice line drives. One in the top of the first, and now one in the top of the fourth.
3-0 finds the inside corner.
Rebels definitely want to recollect here, not let this game get out of hand early.
You do have to wonder what point you might wave the white flag if you're Newmarket. Like we were talking about, it's kind of how much pitching do you want to burn going into the playoffs on Tuesday night? No off day with the makeup game tomorrow.
Shortstop number 5, Eric Martinez.
You can't really blame him, Andrew. You want to set your team up for the best chance to succeed in the postseason. Why would you kind of stress yourself out and burn out all your arms on a meaningless game late in the season when you've already clinched?
Called strike 2, Martinez. Bases full of Cannons, 1 out. Rebels would love a double play to get out of the inning. Inside, pops out of the glove of Lopez. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch. Jarman ahead in the count, 1-2. Popped up. Gonna be out of play. Martin gives chase, but quickly gives up. Martinez hops out of the way of that one, 2-2. We're 2 outs away. We're 5 outs away from the in-turn inning in the 5th. Something to look forward to as Jack will take over on the call and Brandon Whitaker will join him for the 5th inning. Brandon is the man behind the controls that makes the magic happen.
Always fun when he gets to hop on the mic.
Grounder to third. Land's going to come home with it. Had to double clutch, so no double play. Rebels do get the force out at home, though. Which Jarman will absolutely take. USAT retired 5-2. Bases still loaded, but 2 outs for Michael Hafer.
I feel like that's mission accomplished most certainly. If you're Newmarket, you get the force out at home, no damage done. Obviously not the double play, however, you limit damage, you limit the chance of having a
Fouled
terrible
at the
error.
plate. Wasn't exactly sure, didn't really see the foul ball, but runners didn't try to advance. Nice hustle by the bat boy on the bottom of your screen, and Jarman's ahead 0-1. Upstairs 1-1. Just out for ball 2. Swing and a miss. Looked like maybe a changeup there. Back pick to third, not in time.
Really surprised to see Lopez utilizing those back picks a lot more. I haven't really seen him do that a ton this season, but he's done it almost more than I've seen him do it all season in this one game.
And he already got one out of it, so 2-2. Swing and a miss. Jarman works out of trouble. Leaves the bases loaded. Cannon score 1 on 2 hits. 3 left. Jonathan Mallow will get his second turn on the other side of this break. Jonathan Mallow leads it off for the Rebels in the bottom of the 4th, trailing by 4. Walker Clout still on the mound. Been very efficient, only 37 pitches. Sure, the Purcellville coaching staff is ecstatic with that number.
Yeah, Rebels having a hard time kind of reading and understanding that sidearm sling from Cloud. He's doing a great job.
Fouled down the third baseline.
A 1 hit to Purcellville 7 going into the bottom of the 4th.
Grounder in the hole. Buffed by the first baseman, QSAT. That'll be an E3. Took a pretty big hop for him on his glove side, and he could not come up with it. Kicked off of his glove. Mallow is on.
Designated hitter from Seminole State College. Number 43, Carter McKay.
Carter McKay at the plate. For the Rebels, don't mind that your screen says Colby Jarman. There's some stat issues going on with that, but we'll get that fixed at some point here. Big swing and a miss from McKay. Mallow running. McKay hits it into left center. Mallow's going to have to run back to first as Acevedo flags that one down. F8 for the putout. Sorry to throw the baseball jargon at you, but I'm also the official scorer tonight, and that's how my brain thinks.
Like that word, Andrew. Jargon. That's a good one.
Catcher number 3, Mario Lopez Jr.
Mario Lopez Jr. long home run to right center field his first time up. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Just outside, 2-0. Clout perhaps being careful with Lopez. So a wing and a miss. Lopez trying to put another one over the fence with that hack.
Yeah, Lopez certainly hacking at that one. Not too happy that he missed on it. Had a little words of encouragement to himself as he walked out of the batter's box for a minute.
Pickoff attempt to first. Mallow back with a dive. That one snakes in there for a called strike. Two count on Lopez Jr. Mallow at first. He's running, ground ball right to the second baseman who was covering the bag. Mallow had the base stolen. Unfortunately, he pulls the defender right to where the ball was hit. 4-3, double play. 2 retire the side. It's time for the intern inning. I might go grab a milkshake. Gonna turn it over to Jack and Brandon. Be back in an inning or two. We're gonna let the interns run wild on intern night here at Rebel Park.
Back now in Newmarket, Virginia. As Andrew mentioned last inning, it is intern inning time. Me and Brandon hop on the mic. The empty count deal from Jarman is sent far inside. Jumping out of the way from it is Andrew Bell. Big swing and a miss on this one. Sounded like he got a little piece of it. Beautiful night for baseball, isn't it, Brandon?
Absolutely. Happy to be back with the mic on.
In the saddle, aren't you?
Yep.
Just
Yep.
like Luke Combs said. The 2-1 on Bell. Outside. Hitter friendly count now. The Duke Blue Devils steps in, wiggles the bat by his right ear. Comes the pitch. That one's hit well into left field. Back for it is Pitts. He's under it and secures it for the first out of the intern inning.
And these cannons are getting some really good contact today.
Might I say, firing the baseball all around
Absolutely.
the diamond. Jarman faces down Hilton. Just a bit outside. Looked like he lost his grip on that one. It's a little bit high. Looked like a breaking pitch. That one's inside for a second straight ball. There is a little bit of movement going on in the Newmarket bullpen as the 2-0 pitch is right down Main Street on Hilton. Hilton 0 for 2 tonight. Looking to get on the board here. Takes that 2-1 pitch just a bit outside. The 3-1, another hitter-friendly count here.
This is just Hilton's third game in the Valley League.
Broken bat there as it floats over the head of Martin for a base hit. Solid job there. Got a little bit lucky that that broken bat didn't doom the hit. But a good job there. Now one runner on for the Cannons.
Yeah, Hilton went 1 for 3 in his last game against the Woodstock River Bandits, and he gets his second hit of the season in just his third game.
Good job by the Ram of Virginia Commonwealth University.
Almost my entire high school class became Rams after graduation.
That's awesome. VCU just a couple of minutes away from my home in Richmond. Always good when you can go down and watch their well-known basketball team. Made
Absolutely.
that Final Four run a long time ago. Pick off there. Not in time. Siegel Center always loud for the Rams.
I bet.
Galuli digs in now. Back pick attempt, another one from Lopez. This one does not have any effect. Hilton was back in time. What's the science behind that for Lopez throwing all these back pick throws now? I haven't seen much of that from him. What do you think the science behind that is, Brandon?
I think he's just getting more aggressive later into the season. It seems like, as we see the pickoff attempt, I think Lopez is just getting a bit more aggressive at the plate and behind the plate as the season starts to wind down. I think he's had a couple balls that have passed by him. I think he's a player that
1-1 is flared up to center. Banks is under it, doesn't really have to move for it. Takes care of it for the second out.
But I think Lopez is a player that You know, you can tell he puts a lot of work in. He's always at the ballpark late, you know, first one in, last one out kind of. So yeah, I think he's excited to show off what he's got.
Out of all the players for Newmarket, I think Mario Lopez has been the most talked to from the interns. We love to have a quick chat with him.
Yeah, he's a very friendly face around Rebel Park, I'd say.
Runners free. Here comes the throw down from Lopez. A little collision there. Looks like the throw is in time, and hobbling is Mallow. That's not a good sight for the Rebels, especially once you've secured a playoff spot. One of your best hitters and fielders is walking a little gingerly. And it's a successful steal for Hilton. He's on second now in scoring position.
And luckily for the Rebels, it looks like Mallow's just going to shake that one off and stay in the game. I mean, we really can't afford to lose anybody right now.
The offering to Acevedo. That one's fouled off. Sounded like it hit something.
I think it hit the end of the Rebels' dugout over there.
That dugout completely obscured in the media booth, so I have really no way to be able to see anything beyond third base. And it's the 0-2 pitch. It's right down the first base line into the waiting glove of Martin, and he'll take a 3-U over to conclude the top of the fifth. We'll be right back after this break. 5-1, Cannons over Rebels is our score. Back now for the bottom half of this fifth frame. This fifth frame being the intern inning. Me and Brandon on the mic. Me being Jack Hurlbert. Brandon being Brandon Whitaker. New Cannons pitcher is Matt Bobson. The UMW transferred. His new home is Hartford. The empty count deal from him outside. Maddox Land is in, the lefty. The righty on lefty matchup here.
And Jack, picking up where I left off, speaking of players working hard down the stretch of the season, Maddox Land is on a 4-game hitting streak. He's got 5 hits in his last 4 games and an RBI in each of those games.
Always good when you can heat up the bats late, right, Brandon?
Absolutely.
Here's the 2-0 on Land. Scoots out of the way on that one. Bobson in his 14th appearance for the Cannons. 16 innings of work. 21 strikeouts for him. 3-0, it'll be a 4-pitch walk on Land. And he'll advance 90 feet to first. Have a quick mound conference here.
Go ahead and give away. Big bad sponsor of New York.
Yeah, if you're the Newmarket Rebels and you're looking to come back here, having Maddox Land on first with no outs is a great way to start a potential rally.
0134442.
Every single rally starts with a runner on every single time, unless it's a home run. And for ice cream night tonight in Newmarket, a Sugar Creek ice cream has been given away here at Rebel Park during the Quick Mound Conference.
Covering up the right fielder from Golden Beacon College. 28, Matt Murphy.
Matt Murphy stepping in for the Rebels. A righty on righty matchup. Kickoff attempt. No, says the first base umpire.
And I think that's a perfect time to mention that Maddox Land has 14 stolen bases on the year to lead the Rebels.
And he goes there, and here comes the throw down from Hilton, and good job by Bell to dive over on that one. Gets dirt all over the front of his jersey, stopping that. And it's a successful steal for Maddox Land. Here's the 1-0 on Murphy. Taken just inside, but it's a strike. 1-1 our count now. That one's hit well into shallow center on that grassy area, just where it starts at the end and the dirt ends. Martinez was under it.
Now bring up the second baseman from Palm Beach State. Eric Torres.
Call that a P6 for the first out of the bottom of the 5th. Land stays on second, and Torres steps in now. Another righty on righty matchup. Spoils that one back. And Brandon, if you're Coach Shepard, what's the mentality? What's the message and mentality to your players here? And obviously, you're already clinched into the playoffs. What's the mentality here? Ooh. So that one is hit right into the glove of Martinez. Had to reach down a little bit to snag that one. But nevertheless, it's another P6, 2 straight for the Rebels, and 2 gone now in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, Jack, I think the mentality from Coach Shepard here is, like we mentioned earlier, whether or not this is a meaningless game for the Rebels, if they decide they want to win out and things shake out in their favor, they could be up to the 2nd seed. But also, like you said earlier, both teams here have clinched their playoff spots. So I think the message from Coach is just, make the most out of these opportunities. The season is winding down, and there's still plenty of opportunities to put on tape for your current school, or maybe for those players that are in the portal, put on some tape for new potential coaches.
Bobson offers to Jack Pitts. Count draws even at 1. That one's called strike 2. And a very quiet night at the bats for the Rebels. Nothing more than 4 at-bats in 1 inning. That one's spoiled back. Brandon, when the guy in your 8th spot is hitting for his 2nd time in the bottom of the 5th, you know, you're probably behind in the game and not having the greatest one at that. Field to Pitts, fouled off yet again.
Yeah, but Pitts is one of those late arriving Rebels, and like I just mentioned, he's also probably one of those players looking to put up some tape. Not quite sure what his situation was before Newmarket, but you know, regardless, you want to put up some good stats for, like I said, those potential new coaches.
Bobson offers to Pitts, just outside. Even 2-2 count now.
Of course, it probably doesn't help when your team is so stretched thin that you can't play your, you know, position that you're most comfortable with. Of course, Pitts is a catcher here for Newmarket, playing left field tonight.
That's a swinging strikeout there, and that'll conclude the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back after this quick break. The score is still 5-1, Purcellville over Newmarket. We are back now in Newmarket, and remaining on the mic is me, Jack Hurlbert, and Brandon Whitaker to my right. Jarman remains out there going into his 2nd inning of work and faces Vincenzo Cuzat. 2 straight strikes for Jarman. Solid inning so far for him.
You know, the Rebels have had up and down performances during our interns inning, so maybe getting an extra one will provide some luck for the Rebels.
Never know what can happen, especially in the sport of baseball and especially in the Valley Baseball League. That breaking pitch there paints the inside corner. Wow, mighty close there. But a solid pitch from Jarman made Cuzat almost flinch out of the batter's box, but broke back in as that one sent outside. Full count pitch there, swinging strikeout for Cuzat. That's one gone here in the top of the 6th. Solid at bat for Jarman. Doing great in his 2nd inning. Now he's got to face the hot bat of Keith Turner had a solid night tonight for Purcellville.
Yeah, and great job by Jarman. He's another one of these arms for the Rebels that's probably going to be extended into more innings than he's been used to playing in this Valley Baseball League season. So it's good to get that experience in before playoff time.
Certainly would be some question marks about Jarman's appearance in the next playoff game. I believe that will be Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. Here's the 2-1 to Turner. Fouled strike. 2-2 count now with one gone. Top of the sixth. 5-1 Cannons over Rebels. 2-2. Breaks outside. Bouncing ball there. Glove by Mallow and fires it over to Martin in time. So, Brandon, I think Mallow's okay as he makes a solid play there.
I was just thinking the same thing.
A very, very fast 6-3 play. And just like that, there are two gone, and the Rebels are knocking on the door to close out this top of the sixth and get back into the batter's box. Jarman stares down Seth Williams, kicks and deals, and a big swing and a miss on a breaking pitch there. Completely fools Seth Williams. Bounced in the dirt and up into the safety net. And that one hits him and he slams his bat down into the dirt in frustration. Looked like it smarted there. Looked like it was on the outside hip. Certainly does not feel good. Takes a minute to walk that one off. Let's keep an eye on Seth Williams at first. Was not happy after he got plunked there.
Yeah, and Jack, I think I mentioned it earlier in the season that, when players get plunked like that, the frustration is, understandable because they're still looking to put in those reps, like I said earlier. And especially in a game like this where you're already up by 4 runs, you want to make an impact on the game. So,
in basic terms, it takes away the chance to go yard,
yeah,
if you will. And instead of going yard, you're getting hit by a baseball going mid 80 to 90 miles per hour. It's probably not going to feel too good.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty justifiable pent-up frustration from Williams there. Here's Martinez, stares down Jarman, scoots out of the way on that one.
But on the plus side for Williams, that's 4 straight plate appearances where he's reached first base. So.
The 1-0. Looking down at my scorebook and saw Jarman kick his leg. However, it was a pickoff attempt, so the 1-0 is still yet to come. Another pickoff attempt there. Always tricky when you're dealing with the lefty pitcher, Brandon. You got to watch yourself when you've got that lead at first, because one mistake, 1 second of delay, and you will get picked off. And here's the 1-0, and it's spoiled off there by Martinez. The lefty pitcher back in my day loved to do that kick pick off where you lift your leg up, then send it over to first and throw over there to keep the runner honest.
Mm-hmm.
And Williams still looks a little bit shaken up. Here comes the trainer. Gonna have a pause in action here. Walking around and he's kind of grabbing that right hip. That's exactly where he got beamed by Jarman. And walking back and forth. Like he'll be okay. The trainer's retreating back to the Cannons dugout. Williams still circles around first.
I imagine for a guy like Williams with 19 stolen bases, you'd be even more frustrated because, you know, you can't take the kind of lead and do the same kind of damage on the base pass that you usually do.
The 1-1 taken in the dirt for ball number 2. Yep, as a heavy stealer, getting hit on your hip, definitely not really on your bucket list for things you want to have happen. Since the 2-1 here is popped up way high into the air, looks like it went into the stratosphere. Torres is under it, makes a last-minute adjustment, and gloves it for the 3rd out. We will be right back here after this quick break. 5-1 Cannons over Rebels. Back now in Newmarket, Jack Hurlbert joined alongside Brandon Whitaker. Tyler Martin steps in and hits that one foul against new Purcellville Cannons pitcher Brody Carley from Mary Washington. 6-foot lefty. Hometown guy, grew up in Purcellville, playing for his hometown team. Always love to see that. As he sends the 0-1, showing bunt is Martin and jumping out of the way for ball 1. It's 1-1, even count now. See if Martin shows bunt yet again. Definitely no bunt there as he swings and misses on that one.
And Jack, it must be such a luxury for Purcellville to still have some of these power arms to spare. Taking a quick look at the stats for Carley. He's pitched 10 in the 3rd innings and 22 strikeouts. He's got 11 strikeouts in his last 2 appearances.
Carley has certainly been a very productive pitcher for the Cannons. Sends that one just a tad outside for an even 2-2 count now. Harley delivers. Breaking pitch there, just a tad high.
That was a great take by Martin there. I certainly thought that one was going to come down just like Carly intended it to.
Feel like if I was in the batter's box, I would have been swinging on that one.
Yeah.
There's the full count, fouled off. A little bit frustrated that he dropped that one was Hilton. And Martin will live to fight another pitch. Martin swings the bat in a clock-like manner. Fouls that one off yet again. That one floats over the media booth. The full count delivery from Carly. Swing and a miss for Martin. He goes down swinging. And the hitting woes for Tyler Martin continue. Back to the top of the lineup for the Newmarket Rebels at Zach Banks. Been a familiar face on both the starting lineup and the top of the order. Does most of his hitting at the top. Swings on that breaking pitch, and it's clipped back for foul. Bottom of the sixth, 5-1, Purcellville over Newmarket. It's the 0-1. That one gets past Hilton there.
And Zach Banks is a player that's certainly found some power in his bat recently. He had a home run on July 14th against Front Royal, and in his last 3 appearances, he got 3 hits and 3 RBI.
Always good when you can get your bats up and moving late in the season. Once the 1-1 pitch there goes high and clips Zach Banks. No reaction from him there as he takes it in, advances over to first base.
Yeah, great job by Banks. He looked like a statue there as he's watching the ball loop over right over his helmet.
No movement, no worries, nothing. And Mallow steps in. Let's see if that interesting play that had him hobbling will impact his batting. Harley deals. That one gets past the glove of Hilton, and advancing to second is Zach Banks. It's a WP advance for the Embry-Riddle man. If he's in the transfer portal, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe he found a new team.
The 2-0 delivery. Big swing and a miss from Mallow.
Spring Hill College.
Yes, Spring Hill College, yes.
Congratulations to
Greg.
Zach Banks.
And me his phone show his Instagram. Zach Banks announcing his commitment. It's the 2-1. That one's spoiled off over the Rebels' dugout.
Jack, I don't want to jinx it here, but this is the second straight inning where the Rebels have had a speedster in scoring position. Only now this time they have their VBL All-Star, Jonathan Mallow. Hopefully he can drive him in.
Very good opportunity, to say the least, for the Rebels. A much-needed chance. Get much-needed runs. The breaking pitch there, that one's got a smart, clips him again. Looked almost identical to the pitch that hit Zach Banks. Correction, it did not hit him. Maybe hit his bat, something. Foul tip, possibly, but... The even 2-2 delivery from Carly. Nobody holding Zach Banks on as that one's clipped back yet again. I believe that is 3 straight foul balls for Mallow.
Yeah, that's interesting, Jack. We nearly saw 2 players get hit by a pitch where it looped over and almost just tapped them on the left shoulder.
That one's clipped. Lassoed by Bell and sent over to Kuzat in time for the second out of the bottom of the 6th. That's a solid 4-3 play there. And Banks will advance over to third.
Seminole State College, number 43, Carter McKay.
And the designated hitter / relieved pitcher, Carter McKay, now has a chance to add to the Rebels' total to get a few back in this one. The empty count delivery just high for ball 1.
And I'll add a producer note here. There's a bit of a glitch with the scorekeeping because of our DH being the pitcher. This is not, in fact, Colby Jarman.
That one is bouncing. It's going to get right past Bell in that vacant gap. And it will bring home Banks. And the Rebels now have 2 runs in this contest. It's now a 3-run baseball game. That's an RBI base hit from Carter McKay.
Orlando University. Gibson number Mario Lopez Jr.
And the hot bat Mario Lopez Jr. has another chance here to add on more to this Rebels inning. Deal from Carly. Flipped back. Lopez Jr. had that home run in the bottom of the 2nd. Get into a double play in the bottom of the 4th. He was that last out. Bottom of the 4th. Now has another chance here in the bottom of the 6th. The 0-1. Frustrated at himself for taking that one is Lopez.
And Jack, looping back to that McKay hit, talk about a guy who's made a big impact for a team in just a very short amount of time. He joined the Rebels when they were in a bit of a hitting slump, and he had a home run in, I believe, his 2nd or 3rd game. And then, of course, we saw him start on the mound tonight. I mean, what an interesting player for the Rebels to get late in the season.
Certainly a unique player, Brandon. I remember the first game that McKay was in New Market, kind of looked at each other in the media booth and said, this guy can really hit the ball based on his size. That one's hit well by Lopez, but it's into the waiting glove of Acevedo, and that will conclude the bottom of the 6th. Rebels get 1. We'll be right back for the top of the 7th after this break.
Jarman back on the mound for the Rebels, delivers a first pitch ball to Michael Hafer. How did the intern 2 innings go, Jack?
It was great. We had some solid baseball to be able to commentate. Rebels got 1 off of a solid Carter McKay base hit, which brought in Zach Banks. Rebels now down 3.
Interesting that Jarman's still on the mound for the Rebels, has crossed the 60 pitch barrier, which means he'll be down for 3 days before he can appear in a game again. Set him up to pitch on Thursday. Pop up on the infield. Martin should have room. He is unable to come up with it. Drifted back towards the field of play.
Yeah, Andrew, as a former first baseman, sometimes those high hit pop-ups can sometimes make some last-minute twists on you. Some unexpected turns. Sometimes it's hard, and we see as Martin kind of slips and falls there trying to make that last-second adjustment. Really can't blame him on that one.
Not at all. 2-2 line down the left field line. Foul ball. Ice cream night at the ballpark. Free ice cream sandwiches for everyone in attendance. I believe it is National Ice Cream Day. Just misses for a ball. Full count pitch, misses just inside. Leadoff walk for Michael Hafer.
Second baseman.
Andrew Bell, next man up. Second baseman tonight for the Cannons. Jarman bounces that one in there for a ball. He's been effective in his time on the mound. Maybe his best appearance as a Rebel.
Yeah, he's certainly done great. Been solid for the Rebels so far.
Inside 2-0. No action in the bullpen. Three and 0. Jarman up to 65 pitches, may be tiring here.
65 pitches going into his 4th inning of work here.
4-pitch walk, so the first 2 are on for the Cannons. Graham Hilton, lefty-lefty matchup. Land coming in a bit at third. Back pick to second. They get him, but it's just going to be a stolen base. No chance to go to third for Mallow by the time the ball got to second. And Andrew Bell tries to catch the Rebels napping and head to second base. Instead, he is thrown out. That's going to be Jarman to the second baseman, Torres. Caught stealing for Bell, first out of the inning. Tag might have caught Bell in the face. Torres kind of blindly had to put the tag down as bodies were colliding out by second base. Rebels will take the out, though.
Yeah, certainly. That's one of those plays that you see in Little League.
Second time tonight, we're getting a coach's visit from the first base coach to the batter. Long talk.
You know, a lot of those kind of after the play steals. I was growing up, like I said, in Little League, a lot of home steal attempts by some of the more athletic, quick, speeding players. Try to catch the pitcher lacking when he's turned around. Catch pitcher unaware, and no avail there. He is tossed out.
0-1. Big swing and a miss. Breaking ball was started up the edge of the plate and broke well off outside. Swung on and missed. Starting to be some stirring down in the bullpen.
Andrew, with a pitch like that, that was absolutely dirty. What a pitch there.
Goes right back to it. This time Hilton lays off. The other game of interest to the Rebels, Strasburg and Winchester. Strasburg trails by 2 in the 8th. Strasburg wins that game, makes this game fairly meaningless for Newmarket. Infield in, 2-2. Grounded to Torres at second, looks the runner back, goes to first for the putout. Infield in, aggressive call pays off for Coach Shepard. Stops the run from scoring, and now they can back up with 2 outs.
Third baseman, number 14.
Yeah, and that's a solid play by the Rebels and a great play by Torres, and he continues to be consistently dominant in the infield with another great play there. Took a weird bounce right at his feet, and he does a good job grabbing that.
Swing and a miss to Galuli. 77th pitch of the night. Outside, ball 1. Misses down and in, 2-1. Grounder, Lands got it at third, called foul. Close play. Could have called that one either way, I think.
Yeah, definitely really close, right down that line. Kind of a judgment call there for the third base umpire.
That one misses for ball 3. Full count, 2 outs, runner on third. Rebels trail by 3 and would love to keep that runner on the bases. See if Jarman can come up with one more big pitch. Get out of the 7th. Just misses on the inside. Thought he might have had him, but no call from the home plate umpire. It'll be a free pass for Galuli, and Acevedo will come to the plate.
Andrew, I've seen a lot of things taking place in that right field bullpen. I've seen hacky sack games. I've seen tents put up. I've seen people swinging around PVC pipes like they're lightsabers, but I've never seen somebody with the tarp completely off in right field. I've never seen that.
Wing and a miss. First for me as well.
Looks like he's putting a long sleeve shirt on there, so walking around in the bullpen for a good 4 or 5 minutes completely shirtless.
Breaking ball low and away. Crowd hanging in there at Rebel Park, still a full house. Perhaps waiting for those free ice cream sandwiches that were just handed out. Nice breaking ball fouled off. Jarman ahead 1-2 to Acevedo.
And now that Purcellville bullpen makes me think of the legendary Purcellville Cannons pitcher Poopy Ricketts. Got his number retired a couple of days ago. Fireman Field.
Fly ball to right. Murphy charging. He's got it. Jarman gets through another inning with no damage done. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th with the Rebels trailing by 3, looking to mount a rally.
All right.
Maddox Land going to lead it off for the Rebels, trailing by 3. Looking to mount a rally. I like the idea, Jack. We're going to stand up for the 7th inning, see if that can bring some runs the Rebels' way.
Certainly happened before, Andrew. Let's try it again.
Or some hits. Only 2 hits for the Rebels. Carley still on the mound for the Cannons. Struggled with his control a bit in the 6th. Ultimately led to 1 Rebel run. Called strike. 2-1. Matt Murphy, the right fielder, on deck. Swing and a miss. Looks like the Rebels are going to go to lefty MJ Paramore for the 8th. Swing and a miss. Land goes down swinging.
Covering up the right fielder. Goldie Campali. Number 28. Matt.
Murphy now at the plate. Torres on deck. Chases a high heater, comes up empty. Feels like a time that Matt's just gonna flare one into right field for a hit. Swing and a miss. Actually, fouls it into the catcher's mitt. Oh, 2, well outside for ball 1. Or as Bob Euchre would say, just a bit outside. Tries the backdoor breaking ball. Doesn't quite get on top of it, and it stays high for a ball. Goes back to the heater, and Murphy comes up empty. 2 strikeouts in a row for Carly to start the 7th.
Covering up the second baseman from Palm Beach. Number 6. Eric Torres.
And Andrew, I think we can look at every single baseball game with a glass half full, glass half empty kind of mentality. And we've talked a lot about the glass half full. You're already in the playoffs. This game doesn't particularly matter at the end of the day. You're already in, you're already clinched. However, if you look at the glass half empty mentality, you've got 2 hits across 7 innings, 7.2 if you will. That's really not good. That's not good for your momentum. Even if it's kind of a just throw all the players together and just see what happens, 2 hits probably isn't good for the, the vibes, the mentality, especially, this late into the season going into the postseason.
Wild, just a little bit outside again, 1 and 2. Carly perhaps in that wildly effective category. Certainly has the batters uncomfortable in the batter's box. Skied on the infield, or actually behind the plate. See if it'll stay in play, and it does. Hilton secures it for the P2 in the 3rd out of the inning. Rebels go down 1, 2, 3. We'll be back for the 8th in just a moment.
No runs left.
QSAT leads it off for the Cannons. New Rebel pitcher number 38, MJ Paramore out of Northeast Mississippi. Hard throwing lefty. One of the most effective relievers available in the bullpen. Coach Shepard trying to keep this one close and give the offense a chance to come back in the last 2 innings. Two one, fouled at the plate. Up and in, hits him. Wasn't sure if it hit the bat or the batter, but home plate umpire says head on down to first base. Must have hit the protective guard on the wrist or hand area.
I mean, Andrew, I've heard a lot of wood bats crack before. That certainly sounded like it hit a piece of a wood bat, but
no argument from the Rebels, so.
might be looking at it with the glass half full mentality. We're already in the playoffs. No big deal. Keith Turner now. Check swing called strike one. Big swing and a miss there from Turner. 0-2 count now, Paramore in the driver's seat. Hit well to shallow center.
Ooh. 2 men on, nobody out for the Cannons. Paramore finds himself in a speck of trouble.
Swing and a miss there from Seth Williams.
Big left-handed batter. Got plunked earlier in the game and was pretty displeased about it. Lefty-lefty matchup in the Rebels' favor.
Yeah, me and Brandon talked a little bit about that during our...
Fly into left. Should be an easy play for Pitts. Had to charge in at the last moment, but he's got it. F7 first out of the inning.
Yeah, me and Brandon talked a little bit about that hit by pitch on Williams. It's a little frustrating when you have a chance to go yard, get a highlight for your social media. Instead, you get hit on the right hip. And it does not really feel good to get hit by a baseball. So justifiable frustration from him. Flies out that time.
Here's Eric Martinez. Paramore would love a ground ball double play. Fouled off 0-1.
Martinez 0 for 3 tonight. That's a great opportunity to get on the board here.
Ball low, 1-1. Be interesting to see how aggressive the Cannons are with their bullpen usage in the last 2 innings. They've got some big arms down there they can go to if they wish. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Winchester's opened up things in that Strasburg-Winchester game. They're now leading by 6 in the 9th. Long fly down the right field line, slicing, foul. Would have been trouble, but ended up slicing a good 8 feet or so foul off the warning track and over the fence out of play.
Definitely would have been trouble for the Rebels there, but fortunately, just like my golf drive, curves very, very, very far right.
Just misses low.
Speaking of golfing, had a fun time at some of the interns. We played at Purcellville Golf Resort.
Fly ball to fairly deep right center field. Banks has a beat on it. Reels it in. Runners both tagging. Pitch to second, not in time. Both runners move up on the long fly ball. Plus side for the Rebels, only 1 out away from getting out of it. Downside, 2 runners in scoring position for Michael Hafer.
Yeah, and that at bat against Martinez is pretty critical in this inning. Kind of dictates how the trajectory of it will go. Get a critical second out there, and now you've got 1 out to closing out this inning, getting the bats up and going for the Rebels yet again.
Ball down and in. Paramore behind, 2-0. First base is open. A walk doesn't kill you. Foul, dribbling over towards the Cannons dugout. Paramore spikes it in the dirt, wild pitch. It's gonna score 1. Threw a fastball in the dirt, gets past Lopez, can't blame him. And a run comes across for the Cannons, increases their lead to 4.
Yeah, not the moment that you want to have happen if you're the Rebels. That makes a comeback that much more difficult.
Player into left. Mallow can't come up with it. Another run scores. And a good effort lunging over his shoulder. Another run in for the Cannons, and they have opened it up to a 5-run lead in the 8th. First pitch to Andrew Bell, misses for a ball, 1-0. Safer on first.
Andrew Bell 1 for 2 tonight. Had a nice double. Pitts had some trouble with it out in left. That was in the top of the third. Pretty quiet since he's got 2 walks today. One of them came after that double.
Lane Giroux up in the Rebel bullpen. Called strike on the 3-0 pitch. Grounder, hard hit to shortstop. Mallow's got it. Throws to second for the 3rd out of the inning. It's a fielder's choice for Bell. Afer retired 6-4. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Jack Pitts looking to start a Rebel rally in the bottom half of the 8th inning when we get back. Rebels down to their final 6 outs, looking to mount a rally, trailing by 5 runs. Jack Pitts leads things off, takes a called strike, 0-1. Need to score 1 run for every out. Tall task. Harley still on the mound for the Cannons. Swing and a miss. 3 pitches. And Pitts is down. Tyler Martin will be the next man up looking to start a rally.
First case number 4, Tyler Martin.
It's that one hard down the left field line. Hooking foul. solid contact for Martin, just needs to straighten it out a bit.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Andrew, they've had a lot of solid contact, just not in the field of play.
Still only 2 hits tonight for the Rebels. Pretty efficient scoring 2 runs with only 2 hits. Fastball blown past them 0-2.
You have to note one of those hits was a home run for Mario Lopez.
That certainly helps with the efficiency. Martin rips that one into deep left center. Acevedo on the run, can't come up with it. It's going all the way to the wall. It's going to be extra bases for Martin. He's going to try to stretch it to a triple. Luckily for him, the shortstop cuts it off. Didn't try to make a play. Perhaps a lack of urgency from the Cannons, but that is a diving triple for Tyler Martin. Loudest contact of the season for him.
And besides a home run, there is nothing like a diving triple that gets the people going. How about that?
Number 9, Zach.
A little bit of life inside of Newmarket.
Banks at the plate for the Rebels, and second time tonight he's been hit. That one's up in the shoulder. I believe that's the second time he's been hit by Carly, hit in the back previously. So 2 men on for the Rebels for the top of the lineup.
Man, Banks paying for it this game.
Covering on the shortstop from Potomac State College. To Jonathan. Oh.
And now, might I say, Andrew, this is a pitch-perfect opportunity for the Rebels to capitalize.
Absolutely. Jonathan Mello, the Rebels' lone offensive all-star this season, with a chance to drive in a run into that Purcellville lead. And he's going to do it with an RBI single into right, on the ground, right through the hole. Hard hit ball. Rebels have some fight in them tonight. Tyler Martin scores. Banks advances to second. Your starting pitcher from tonight, Carter McKay, will be the next man up. Stats are going to be a bit messed up until we get that fixed after the game. McKay not getting credited for his at-bats, but did have an RBI single.
And Andrew, I think this is a rightful mound conference here. Got a lot of movement in the Purcellville bullpen out in right field.
It's like a righty throwing. Perhaps 28.
Well, we talked about the vision out into the
Not as
bullpen.
confident on this one, but
Yeah, not the
taking a
easiest,
stab at it.
not the easiest jerseys to see. We talked about that at the Winchester game. Was the green and gold.
Tired eyes. It's not super in focus for me. Righty throwing from a low arm slot, though.
Well, Andrew, you were right about the second number. It is 88 out there, the righty warming up for the Cannons.
Never would have guessed. Just don't see numbers that high typically.
The binoculars in the media booth came in handy.
First pitch to McKay misses for a ball. Johnny Montgomery, right-handed pitcher from Niagara.
And I think the Rebels must have taken the glass half empty comment to heart because they get 2 hits in very, very
Rip
quick
foul
fashion.
off the face of the Cannons dugout, 1-1. Kay's got lots of power. He could cut the lead to 1 with big fly here. Very capable. 1-1 pitch is on the way. Outside, went with a breaking ball. Gonna be Lane Giroux in the 9th for the Rebels. 2-1 to McKay. Takes a fastball that catches the outside corner, 2-2.
Yeah, that's a solid pitch for Carly there.
Another solidly hit foul ball, fielded by Purcellville general manager / third base coach Ridge Fuller on his way down to the bullpen for a conversation. Turned around and fielded that one.
Andrew, I just know McKay's itching to get another RBI.
Hits that one into left. Well hit, but more or less right at the left fielder, Williams, F7, for the second out of the inning. Not a bad at bat for McKay, but not the result the Rebels really needed there.
Purcellville University. Catcher number 3, Mario Lopez Jr.
Winchester and Strasburg has gone final. Winchester 12-6 wins. They will be the North Division champions. So we may be able to break down the playoffs for you after the completion of this game. If the Rebels fall, that would put them as the 4 seed, and they would play at Winchester on Tuesday night. With a victory, the Rebels would play Strasburg tomorrow night for the 2 seed. So that picture slowly becoming more clear. Lopez liner into right. Banks getting sent around third. The throw's coming all the way to the plate. Strong throw, but up the line. That's an RBI single for Mario Lopez Jr. He's getting hot as the season starts to wind down. Second RBI and second hit of the night. Cannons are going to call to the bullpen, and we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with a new Purcellville pitcher.
Ball goes
New pitcher, Johnny Montgomery. Very distinctive arm slot that you'll see on your screen momentarily. Land hits the first pitch up the middle for a single. Mallow's going to try to come around and score. Not going to be a throw. Rebels cut into the lead even further. Maddox Land, RBI single. The lead is now 2. Land jumps on the first pitch from the submarine righty. And the Rebels have got back the 2 they gave up in the 8th and one more. 2-run lead. Go ahead run at the plate for Matt Murphy. In the form of Matt Murphy, who takes the first pitch for a ball. Got to be a tough at bat for a righty with this arm slot.
And Andrew, Land was the first New Market batter to face 2 new pitchers, them being Bobson and Montgomery. Makes the most out of that one as he sends that one up the middle.
Murphy ahead 2-0. Pitch was well outside. Keep an eye on the runners. Could be a sneaky chance for a double steal. Ground ball to short, fielded cleanly, throw to second, close play. Land almost beat it. It'll be a fielder's choice, 6-4. To end the inning, Rebels score 3 on 4 hits, 2 runners left on base. We'll head to the 9th with the Rebels trailing by 2. Graham Hilton leads it off for the Cannons. He's facing new Rebel pitcher Lane Giroux. Fires in a called strike. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Almost certainly means you will not see Paramore or Giroux tomorrow night.
To see another kind of mixed and jumbled position battle, if you will, tomorrow.
The scuttlebutt on the street is that will be position players pitching for both teams. Pop up to third, land circling. Fields. P5 first out of the inning. Yes, likely to be a bit of a batting practice battle in Strasburg. We'll see how it actually shakes out.
If you're a New Market fan, you should tune into that when you're probably going to see some fireworks. A lot of hits that have taken place in Rebel Park tonight would be gone and far out of the Strasburg ballpark. So if you like home runs, definitely tune in tomorrow.
Certainly could be a candidate for a very high scoring game, combining the most home run friendly ballpark with two teams that potentially would not be motivated to win. Called strike.
Great breaking pitch there from Giroux.
Ball 2-1. Tomorrow's game on the road at Strasburg, make up for the rain out earlier this week. Swing and a miss, 2-2. 7 p.m. start. Might have to make the drive for that one. Liner into left center. Gonna be down for a hit. Banks cuts it off. It'll be a single for Galuli.
Feel like a game like that, when you've got a home run friendly ballpark, it's an announcer's dream, if you will, to call games like that.
Might get a little bit of the Chris Berman back, gone. We say all that, and it might be a 2-3 pitchers duel. Who knows? Maybe you discover that your starting shortstop is actually meant to be a flamethrower who throws 95 miles an hour.
You learn new things like that every day in baseball.
Struggling with the name of the book, but there's a book that follows the Chatham A's, which is a team in the Cape Cod League. And there's like a postscript in the book that says that after the season, their shortstop converted to be a closer and was getting clocked at 97 miles an hour and ended up getting drafted as a pitcher after you followed this whole season through the book of him being their shortstop.
Team has now been changed to the Chatham Anglers.
Fitting for a coastal league. 1-2. Wonder if there were copyright issues with A's and the Major League A's.
We're known as the Chatham Athletics, but they still go by the Chatham A's because conveniently, obviously, Anglers and A's.
Swing and a miss. Acevedo strikes out swinging. 2 out. And Vincenzo Cusat
First baseman.
due up. Runner dancing around at first. Pitch is low.
And you're definitely a rough night for Acevedo. 0 for 4. Walks back in disappointment after likely closing out his night.
It would certainly be an interesting turn of events if Acevedo were to get another at-bat in this one. Likely would indicate extra innings, which I promise you is something neither team wants. Purcellville might be a little bit better situated to handle extra innings as they do not play tomorrow.
I think the only people wanting extra innings in this ballpark is the fan who does not follow the Valley Baseball League and just came to Newmarket to watch a game, just watch a baseball game. They have no idea where they're at in the season.
Might be some Rebel fans that would take extra innings just because that would mean a successful rally in the ninth, but grounder fielded by Torres from a knee to first. Nice play, covered a lot of ground to get to that one. 4-3. Giroux does his job. Puts up a 0 in the ninth. Rebels trail by 2 with 3 outs to go. Eric Torres leading it off for the Rebels in the ninth, trailing by 2. Johnny Montgomery still on the mound for the Cannons. First pitch misses for a ball. Rebels need a base runner. Goal number 1, get the tying run to the plate if you're Newmarket.
This is a big at-bat. You've got a solid hitter in Torres. He's got a great chance to get on base. Maybe tie this thing up for Newmarket. Only depending on if he gets on base.
2-0. The Rio misses high.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Torres hold on to the bat here.
Certainly a situation where you would expect a take. Make him throw a strike. Finds the inside corner. Strike 1. Action in the Cannons bullpen. Torres pops it up to second base. Bell has it for the first out of the inning. And it'll go to Jack Pitts to start the rally.
Yeah, definitely not what you're looking for if you're Newmarket or Eric Torres. As you get under that one, probably the worst situation, worst scenario of them all. Swings on it, gets jammed, and sends it up.
First pitch to Pitts, misses high for a ball. Tyler Martin waiting on deck. Continue to run through playoff scenarios. In between innings, and really just got ourselves more confused. Not sure where the Rebels will play, and we'll not be able to tell you tonight. Big swing and a miss, 1 and 2. 2 bunched for the second, or really all 4 seeds could change still based on the results of this game and tomorrow's game. Outside, 2 and 2. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Rebels are down to their last out. Need Tyler Martin to get on base and flip the order over for Zach Banks.
From first baseman from Holmes Community College. For Tyler Martin.
Pitt's pretty displeased with that call. Here's Tyler Martin, the last chance for the Rebels in the 9th. We can tell you definitively that with a loss, the Rebels will be on the road in the first game on Tuesday night. We'll not know where it will be. Foul, Martin quickly behind 0 and 2. Little slow clap from the Purcellville faithful and dugout. Check swing, no swing.
Good job by Martin to take that one a little bit upstairs, lay off of that high pitch.
Lives to see another pitch. Rips it into left, right at the left fielder. And that'll finish this one. Solid contact from Martin. Hard hit line drive. But it finds a glove of Seth Williams to end this game. As we said, tomorrow night, Rebels will be on the road at Strasburg. Tuesday night on the road to start the playoffs. Likely at Winchester or Strasburg. Keep an eye on Rebels social media for updates on where that matchup will be and what time. To wrap things up in this one, Purcellville 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. Newmarket 5 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors. Rebels put up a good fight, but ultimately come up 2 runs short. I've been Andrew Kipps. He was Jack Hurlbert. Brandon Whitaker behind the controls. We'll be back with you for playoff baseball on Wednesday night, weather pending. Have a good night.